Hello, welcome to the Kindness Files. My name is Georgina. I am your host and founder of Kind2. The aim of this podcast is to spread a bit of joy with fun memories and connecting humans together through kindness. We'll be talking to some amazing humans that have shaped my life, and fingers crossed, we will be dropping a new episode every week. So here is our sixth guest. This is Danielle Cooper. Thank you so much for joining me today, Danielle. We must have met about 6 years ago now. We've known each other for quite a long time. We used to work together across the company, across Leeds and London, and stayed in touch and always kind of, I don't know, it feels like we've known each other for years and we always kind of cross paths every so often. So it's always really cool to hear what you're up to. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I think we really particularly hit it off around lockdown, wasn't it? We were really connecting and doing a lot of messaging back and forth. And I think, it was a time to really check in on your colleagues, and then we became friends. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk today about what kindness means to you and explore some kind moments in your life. So question number one is, what does kindness mean to you?
Kindness is essential to me, both giving and receiving. So we always hear those phrases, don't we? Be kind, you don't know what people are going through. And I think even just like touching on lockdown there, I think we really understood the power of kindness, especially throughout that time where, the whole world shut down. And I think that kind of stems into today where we're a bit more aware that, even though on the outside it may seem that lots of people are just cracking on and getting on with their lives and things may actually be brilliant for them, it's still worth always being kind, because you don't actually know sometimes what's going on behind the scenes. And usually us humans, we always have something going on, don't we? Whether it be a little niggly thing or a big thing that we're dealing with. So I think kindness is just essential to me. And when I receive it, it makes me feel really good and really cared for. And giving it makes me feel even more good, I think. It makes me feel, I don't know, like connected, human connection. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also talking about that lockdown thing, one thing I generally say to people is you can see such a small window into somebody's life, whether or not that's on a computer or whether that's in real life. Not that this isn't real, but we see such small windows in each other's lives. So to start the conversation with, I'm not sure what's, like, internally not sure what's going on with people. So to be kind as a starting point, I think is fundamental.
Definitely.
Okay. Question number two is, can you tell me a time where you remember an act of kindness and why it stuck with you?
Oh, okay. A time where someone was super kind to me. Oh, I'm gonna take it way back to my childhood, to my grandparents who, because I was the eldest child in my family, I had a lot of responsibility. My mum was a single mum for a period of time, and I really took on a lot of almost parental responsibility. But my nan and granddad kind of clocked that and used to take me on holiday. So whenever they were going on a little break somewhere, they'd take me away. And one particular trip I remember really well was them taking me to Portugal. And honestly, the letter I wrote to my great gran, who was still very much, alive and kicking at the time, was like, "Oh, it was so nice to go on holiday. And it's really nice to have a break from the kids." And I'm like 11. So that act of kindness, especially reflecting on it as an adult, it really stuck with me that actually what they were doing was showing me, you are still a kid, and we're going to be kind to you, take you away, even though they could have had their adult holiday by themselves, maybe a romantic holiday. They actually made it about me and made it really fun for me. So yeah, I would say my grandparents taking me to Portugal when I was 11.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, thanks, grandparents. That's a really lovely story. What would you say you're most thankful for?
What am I most thankful for? Oh God, it's really hard to choose because I'm thankful for so much. Oh, just humans in all of their lovely, messy, crazy glory. I just think, what would life be like if you were the only person on earth? It would just be well, actually, no, there would be animals, and I am grateful for those, but humans, connection with humans. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, I'm most thankful for just experiences that I've had through the years, even if it's a bad experience or a good experience or an elated experience or, you know, a real learning or a real booster, just the rich experience that you have in life through interactions with other humans, you know, and how that helps you grow as a person. I'm just generally just grateful for the kind of love that I receive from, you know, from the people who I'm closest with in my life. So particularly those humans.
Oh, I love that. And this builds on that question, I think, quite nicely, is what brings you the most joy in life?
Yeah, it is connection. It's connection with others, whether and especially when it's doing something like, I don't know, like I've definitely become a real lover of nature. I've always been a lover of nature and being in nature, but the added element of doing things in nature with others now is a real thing for me. Like I discovered ecstatic dance last year, and there's nothing quite like being stood barefoot, either in the woods or in a field or in a tent where you're actually on the earth, you know, with your fellow humans. I mention humans a lot, but, you know, with fellow sentient beings, and dancing or moving or laughing or, you know, having good conversations and things like that. So, yeah, I would say that.
I love that. And I think it sounds like going back to the basics of human interaction as well, like being connected to the earth and to do something with others, moving our body. Oh, it sounds absolutely glorious. I came across a podcast or something the other day about there is a frequency which is like the earth's frequency. I think it's 427 hertz or something like that. Do not
Yes,
quote me on it.
yes, yeah.
It's called the healing frequency, and I found this house playlist and I listen to it all the time now, and it honestly, it makes me feel so connected to whatever I'm doing. It's really wonderful.
Yes, yeah. I think it's the same frequency as as well, because that's like the earth
Yeah,
frequency. Yeah, we're getting woo
yeah.
woo, people, so bear with us. Love a bit of woo, love woo.
And if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do?
I knew I couldn't fail. What would I do? Oh, oh, probably. This is going to sound really out there, literally, but space travel. Like if I could get on a spaceship and actually go
Okay.
somewhere, like I don't know, the moon
Yeah.
or Mars, or and get back safely and everything was okay, I would probably be sick beforehand with worry about whether it was, you know, going to be successful or not. But probably something like space travel, yeah, and getting out of literally out of this world, and
Yeah.
yeah, that probably. I know that's a bit crazy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
No, no, I love that. That's what we're here for on this podcast, to kind of break through the boundaries of what we mean to be kind and to kind of go past those thought process of like, oh, I know I can't do that, because I think you can do anything you want.
Yeah. Well, you
Wonderful.
know, God, if I could do world peace, I would do that one. But yeah, who knows? I mean,
Love the
collectively,
idea of space travel too.
no, space travel won't impact that unless, I don't know, there's some way you can connect the two. But I think, yeah, I mean, with peace, that's more a collective thing, you know, finding
Mm.
peace within ourselves and then going out and, you know, kind of spreading peace and kindness amongst each other. But yeah, if I could do anything, and, you know, and I know I was going to be safe and I could actually do it, then I would absolutely do space travel.
Love that. When was the last time you did something for the first time?
Ooh, that is an interesting question. When was the last time I did something for the first time? It was probably ecstatic dance last year, actually. Yeah, in the summer. I was very unsure about it, and I was, you know, like, because you know the essence of ecstatic dance is to move your body however your body wants to move, not worrying
Okay.
about how you look and
Hmm.
forgetting the ego. So it's not like a nightclub where you're like, you want to look like when you were a lot younger and you're like, want to look cool and wear
Yeah.
what everyone else is wearing, and you know, all of that. It's nothing to do with that, and everything to do with, you know, how your body feels, you know, all the somatics, I guess, and embodiment. And just like, if your body wants to flail its arms, well, flail your arms. No one's going to judge you, you know, or dance around or beat your chest or stand still, you know. So I think, yeah, that was the first time doing it last summer, and that was it. It was like, oh my goodness, I need to do more of this. My body is like craving that. I don't think we move enough. I think we're like this all day long, and going for a walk is all good and everything, but sometimes I do have a little morning rave, to get my body going and energy going, and yeah, have a little morning rave.
And also I think that kind of goes into like listening to your body as well. Like my body feels like it wants to do this, and like you kind of embrace it and you go with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Than,
shake
like,
out the energy, and and shake like a mad person. Or just like bounce, while the kettle's boiling,
Yeah. I love that. Just need to get the pen that's on the floor. You need to get.
Okay, you do that.
See, that's really important. That was it. Second 10:42 to 10:46 or 7. I'll edit that bit out. I've written down the notes to edit, which is 10:52. No, right, stop talking about that. Okay, penultimate question. How have you treated yourself with kindness lately?
So how have I treated myself with kindness? I was feeling a little bit run down recently, actually, and I did have to be super kind. I have a lot of energy in me, and I find it really hard, especially when my body needs to calm down, and rest. My brain doesn't catch on and wants to just keep going. So I clocked that my brain and body are a little bit out of sync, and I'm trying to nurture both and say to the brain, we are going to do those things, absolutely. But let's write them down. We're going to maybe do them tomorrow, the next day. Today we're gonna rest. So yeah, recently it was kind of around the weekend. I just had to stick a film on, and I'm rubbish at watching films from end to end because I'm like, no, I want to check that thing, or I want to do. I'm very, very like that. But I managed to do it and just ate the snacks. I had a nap. I also do these little. I don't know if you've ever done a yoga nidra.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, like Shavasana in yoga at the end where you just lay there, right?
Yeah.
That's what yoga nidra is. You just lay there. And I have this lovely voice in my ear via YouTube. Her name is Ali Boothroyd, and she has loads of yoga nidras, and it's literally just a body scan, and sometimes it's a bit of breath.
Yeah.
Just have to lay there and be guided by her, get all cozy. And just doing a yoga nidra actually can put your brain into a state of non-sleep deep rest, which is like, it's a bit of a brain mechanism that it's like having an hour nap, but you can do it within kind of 20 minutes or so. And then obviously with it being yoga nidra, there's spiritual elements as well, if you want to kind of go down that road. So doing one of those, that was equivalent of having a nap for me and being able to just slow down. So yeah, it was really just recognizing my body needs to slow down here, and my brain needs to just catch on and nurture myself that way and go slower. Yeah. So that's how I was kind to myself recently.
Yeah, that's cool. I've realized as I've got older, I feel like I'm at that stage where I can say as I've got older now, I realize doing less is much better for me than doing more.
I'm with you. Yeah, less is more. Oh my God, the endless tasks I used to put myself, like, to match myself to, and it's just like, why do I need to get all that done today? I don't, it's just like, chill,
And it's I think that's a very powerful, like I think a connection, mind and body type of thing, to listen to my body and go, you need to stop for a bit, whether that is watching a film or whatever. I find sometimes watching films with subtitles is really helpful because especially if it's in a different language, I then have to focus on the subtitles, and you can't not focus on it because else you'll miss a bit. And I found that, I don't know, it's a trick. I don't know if anybody else uses it, but if I need to focus on a film, I'll watch something in a different language with subtitles in English.
Yes, that's actually a good one. Yeah, that's great. I actually watched a film in Barcelona recently with a friend. It was in French and English with Spanish subtitles. That was a challenge.
Yeah, that sounds very intense. I'm not there. I can speak English and Serbian, but if you give me any other language, I'm out. I'm out. Okay, one final question. If you could write a kind note to a stranger, what would you write?
Oh, shall I show you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Show me the post-it and then read it out, please.
Okay, so it's okay to take time to rest and just be from time to time. Sometimes I feel like we need permission almost, or not permission, but just like someone saying, hey, guess what? It's okay to rest. You don't have to keep going. And that's something I have to kind of tell myself, not on a daily basis, but when I feel like I'm almost burning out or brinky burning out because I'm just doing too much and I have the control to scale that back. A reminder from a friend sometimes to say, hey, love, why don't you just chill for today and then pick it up again tomorrow, or, you know, do that at the weekend, or that kind of thing. So I would like to pass that on to the world out there, that it's okay to rest, and you know, you're safe to rest.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much for joining me today, Danielle. It's been an absolute pleasure. And next week we'll be talking to another awesome human. So please join us. Yeah, thank you, Danielle. Have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.